Good evening, everybody. Here to paint some miniatures, listen to some lo-fi music, catch up a little bit since it's been a week or so since we've really had a real stream. Had like I think I've streamed twice now since kind of being back here, and very short streams. So, got a couple hours tonight to stream, hour and a half, and paint a little bit. Probably do some props tonight. I think that's kind of where we're at tonight. Maybe touch up this guy right here with some wash to get that white, not such a well, I guess white look. Try to tone it down a little bit. Probably hit that with like a strong, like a light wash. So, first things first, we have a box to unbox today. It's kind of like a mystery box. You never know what you're gonna get. Icewind Dale minis. So we'll crack this bad boy open. Let's bring this way up since we can't. There we go. Rhyme on the Frost Maiden. Just open on the sides. No, it's gonna open on the sides. So we'll see what pre-painted minis that we get. I really don't like their pre-painted minis that much. I don't think they're that good. But it's better than me spending, 6 hours painting it. So, let's see what we get. Alright, WizKid says, your adventure awaits. So it's just like an ad for more miniatures and stuff. Unpainted minis, but they're like halfway painted, so they have painted minis. Probably just showing you what they look like painted. I have this guy. We have this. We could paint this hook core. We actually have the troll too. I think we have both these and these. Hey, look at that. We could paint this whole little book. Buy D&D Mini Online. Nah. We do have this game. We do have 3 Dragon Ante. Rock Paper Wizard don't have that. 3 Dragon Ante is actually a game that is referenced in D&D lore and several books it's mentioned. So, let's open it up. Is that a killer whale? Alright, we'll get that last. That's the big mini. We can't start with that one. Pretty sure it's a killer whale. Like an orca. Alright, what do we got here? Some kind of barbarian with a bent staff. That's not gonna throw very well. It's like really flimsy right here too. It feels flimsy. So we have a Goliath barbarian. So he's supposed to be a big boy. That makes sense. Human size is, human size, barbarian, Goliath size. So he's like, I guess this guy's probably like 6 foot. And this guy's probably like 8 foot. To scale kind of thing. What else we got in this bubble wrap? We have I'm gonna do close-ups on all of them in a minute. Flind Trapper. Kind of got like a wolf face. Got some blood on him. Not too bad. Yeah, a little wolf tail. Anthropomorphic wolf. I'm not familiar with that monster. Each box has 4 minis, so we got 3 little ones and 1 big mini. Oh, the Frost Maiden herself. The Cold Crone is what it is. So it's one of her forms. Pretty cool. 34 to 45. Alright, let's see if we can get this whale out of here. That was supposed to be like a really cold adventure. I'm not really sure what these whales be doing up in her. And then a whale. And it says killer whale. Very lightly that I can barely read it. 30 out of 45. Actually, the whale's actually painted pretty well. Much better than everything else. This actually might be better than I could paint. It's like dipped or something. Pretty cool. Pretty cool whale. Let's see if we can focus that. Let's bring her out. Let's bring her down. Sorry if that was abrupt. All right. The eyes are like little stickers, though. So that's a little weird. Teeth are, and the mouth are painted really well, though. They really got up in there. They got like the surf, I guess, where the bubbles come up at. It's a nice little touch. And the tail goes all the way in there. So that's cool. Would not have been able to paint that because usually they come glued like this together already. So the inside would be like pre-painted or not painted. It'd be gray. The cold crone. One of the Frost Maiden's forms. If I'm not mistaken. I haven't played the adventure. I've read some of it, so I could be wrong. I haven't watched anybody play it. I don't do that. Little wolf boy. His face is covered up, but yeah. Looks like a wolf to me. This is his tail. Flint Trapper, 18 out of 45. Not bad. Last but not least, the close-up of our Goliath Barbarian. This one is 8 out of 45. Shield's pretty good. Sometimes these paintings, like these minis, aren't painted very well, but these are all right. Definitely playable. That's about what we'd look for if we painted it. Maybe a little more detail, but not much more. Like in the boot, but not bad. Cool. Good set. Switch out that whale. It was fucking massive. Usually, even like the big minis aren't that big in the sets. So let's clean up my trash here real quick. Get it out of the way. And the mini we're working on, I still haven't made it to Joanne's, but the mini we're working on is, or have been working on it, we need to hurry up and finish, is this one. And all we're missing is like some basing. And we were looking to do some like cloud stuff because she's a cloud giant. And so we're looking to do something to accent that. And I want to go to Joanne's to find some material that we can use for that. So we're going to get there. Hopefully I get there this week. I keep saying that, but and I don't get there. Okay. So there's that unboxing. We have this little girl, and I think we'll just wash this cape here, and probably call that one. Probably call it like that's kind of good enough. We're gonna make it dirty. Ooh, that's going off. We're gonna make it dirty, and that's about it. So give it some inks here. I guess like a mild tone. I don't really think we need to go anything darker than that. On white. Red tone. Mild brown. That's probably not what we're looking for. Not a flesh wash. Soft tone. Let's try a soft tone. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully we don't completely booger it up. We got our little stand here. Keep it off the ground. Play doctor. Doctor this bad boy out. Alright. I'm going to raise you guys up just a tad because I need to be able to see too. Okay. Ooh, that is going to be dirty. Maybe I should have went with like a flesh wash instead. Who needs a clean cape? This isn't Gandalf the White. It's funny, as into D&D as I am in the D&D lore, I've only seen Lord of the Rings once. I actually really wasn't into like fantasy stuff that much growing up. I was more into like sci-fi. And then I got into D&D when I was about 24 or so. Something like that. Let's look at that. How does that look? Dirty as shit. That's probably what we're going for. I know it looks kind of like whitewashed at the moment for you guys, but I'll turn the light off and you'll be able to see it. That is a lot of ink on the brush. You can see me pooling. Yeah, man, it's like, it's too long. What's up, man? What's up going on, Junior? How are you, man? Been a little while. Well, that's starting to pool. I'm gonna take some of that off. Sorry, man, I haven't seen you in a long time. Do you still go by Junior, or do you prefer Ronnie now? Like you didn't really prefer it when we were kids. But things change as we get older. I mean, I enjoyed Lord of the Rings when I watched it the once, but it's definitely not a movie I'd want to go back and watch over and over and over, like some people. I could sit through Star Wars a few times. I can't sit through Lord of the Rings a bunch of times. Which is funny because the missus really likes Lord of the Rings. But I've seen it once and I was like, I'm good. That's a lot of wash there. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So she calls you Junior as well? Yeah, I played some of it. I didn't finish it. I really wanted to like get into it, but it's an MMO, and I really don't like playing games with like people I don't know in real life. So I kind of fell out of it as my friend group. Like when it first came out, we tried to play it, and we didn't stick with it, and they didn't stick with it. So I kind of fell out of it as well. And then it went free to play, and I tried it again. I just didn't stick with it then either. I feel like I got pretty far, but I guess relatively. Level 30-ish. So I guess right when the right when the raids and stuff start opening up, and then fell out of it. Right when it stops hand-holding you. Oh yeah, I'll let you know for sure. I do want to play it. What's the other one I tried to play too? Tried to play Final Fantasy, that MMO, and that same thing. Got into it and then got to the raiding part and then fell out. Something with me and MMOs, just can't stick with them. Tried WoW. Nothing. WoW just looks too old for me, I think is the problem. It's too dated for me. And yeah, it looked cool in 2004, and I know they've had some graphical overhauls since then, but those graphical overhauls aren't enough for me. Mrs. came in with a dog. Yeah, while being dated, yeah. The thing I liked about the Final Fantasy was the hot swapping of the classes. I thought that was a really cool idea. Oh, you want to be a gladiator? Cool. Oh, you want to switch to a conjurer? Just switch to your wand. And you can switch to that equipment. There it is. That was a really cool concept for me. Instead of having 15 characters. Well, I didn't really want to paint that. Get in there. Ooh, that is pooling. So I need to take some of that off. Like pooling up in there. We don't want that. This guy's gonna end up looking dirtier than I intended. Or girl. Can't really tell. Can't really tell if it's a guy or girl, to be honest. It's whatever anybody wants it to be. Yep. Looks dirty enough for me. Good enough for tabletop play. So let's see if we can hit that focus, turn the light off so it's not overbearing. I don't know if I'm happy with that, to be honest. It almost looks like too forced. It looks like she's been rolling around in mud. An even cake of mud, instead of kind of like being at the bottom. You know, like maybe there was mud being dragged. Oh yeah, Dead by Daylight. I played a bit of that. The last time I tried to play, though, I had trouble finding like lobbies. So I don't think I picked it back up. I was like, waiting for randos for like half an hour. I like let it sit there for like a long time. Me and my buddy were trying to play, and We had the two of us, and we just couldn't get a group. I say, buddy, it was me and Hollis. You know Hollis. Yeah, I think it was crossplay was still like it was open then. Like that's how recent it was. I don't know. I'd have to give it another shot. It's a cool game. I don't know. She looks too dirty. I'm gonna have to ponder this one. I don't know what I want to do about it. I don't know how I want to address that. I don't know if I made a mistake by making that one all white or like doing the wash on her. Here's one we did recently, Junior, that turned out pretty good, I think. I think she turned out pretty good. It's a vampire. We did the blood, the elbow there. I think she turned out pretty good. I think we named her Deborah, like in Gargoyles. Oh, that cake. Oh, thanks. We had a couple of them. Seems like my females actually turned out better than most of them. This one's like a drow. She turned out pretty good, I think. You can see each square is 1 inch, by the way. So you got like an inch and a half. Ooh. Inch and a half size mini right there. God bless America. And then my little barkeep girl. She turned out okay. The floor turned out really good. The floor is actually made out of like putty. And I sculpted it. So let's see here. So you can see there. I just sculpted the floor and stuck her down in it. And she turned out pretty good. For like a little bar scene. That's Samantha. We name all the minis. This is Fred Flintstone. Got him like moss on him on his back here, for kind of like maybe he's like been laying down and the moss started to grow on him. So Fred Flintstone turned out pretty good. It's a good name, right? It said, how long have you been on tabletop? I've never played all. Just interested. Tried doing play-by-post online. It was just slow waiting for days. Yeah, I've never played with anybody online. I considered it when I first kind of started getting into it. But again, I fell into the same, like, I don't like playing with people I don't know. And like that being like tabletop games or online games, I usually just do like, you know, closed parties. I don't play with like randos online. I mean, I play with randos online in like, you know, like Battlefield or Call of Duty or whatever, but I don't play in a party with them. So to answer your question though, I've been doing tabletops, I guess about 4 years, but I've only been painting for about 2-ish, and like in that 2 years is not a lot of painting. So, I mean, I probably have like maybe like a month's worth of painting time. Something like that. If you were to like total all the days up of painting, it'd probably be like a month, because it takes so long to paint anything. I don't know. That might even be overselling it as far as like my painting time on brush. Might be even overselling it. Hey, a little mimic. Cute little mimic. I think the tongue is purple. Yeah, but I've been playing D&D for about 3 years. Or no, since I was consistently for about 3 years. And I played on and off before then for about a year. So about 4 years. About 4 years of like tabletop experience. Oh, appreciate it, man. I try to get better over time. I mean, I got some minis laying around where I when I first started, and they don't look nearly as good as these. So I mean, I do see improvement, but I'm not quite where I'd want to be. I think I wanna have the showroom skill, quote unquote, like showroom skill. So I want to have the skill, but I don't want to paint like that, if that makes sense. Like I want to be able to paint like that if I so choose. So like if I wanted to do a mini for somebody, like maybe I'm painting a mini for somebody in my game, and I wanted to surprise them with a mini, I would want to be able to give them a showroom quality mini. But for like my monsters and stuff, I don't want to do showroom quality. I just want to like make them table ready. So, but then the only way to get to showroom quality is like really try to get there like through hundreds of hours of painting. So we're getting a little better by time. I look up techniques online and other people's videos and stuff like that. We got one mini that I got recently. I'm excited to paint. Give me 1 second. It's just out of reach. So, this mini is going to be cool to paint. You can probably see it pretty good right here on this top right camera. It's a Hydra, and that mini is a good size. It's about 5 inches. About 5 inches long or so. We can count the circles. Can you see the circles? Okay, there we go. So, or the squares, I don't know why I said circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and each square is an inch. So, yeah, about 5 inches. But he's got some wood here he's like sitting on, maybe some like rotting wood. That's probably what I would expect in like a swamp. So he's a swamp hydra. And you can kind of tell because he's got like moss growing here. Or maybe like seaweed. Muck. Swamp muck. So that one's there's some like debris, some vines maybe, just like garbage grabbing on them. Same thing right here. So I had to prime it with like a gray primer and then come back and start painting. So I haven't made it there. We were kind of trying to finish the main mini we were working on the stream before we got there, which is this one. So as soon as we finish this one, and the only thing I'm trying to do with this one is make it look like the picture on the back of the card, like the back of the box. And the only thing I want to do different is add some basing here. And I want to go to Joann's, like the little craft place, Joann's, and get something for here, maybe some cotton balls or something for Cloud, because she's a cloud giant. So you saw her just then, and here's what the picture looks like. So I think we're relatively close to what the picture looks like. And if I lay her down side by side, I mean, it's pretty close, I think. So we're getting there. Whoa, that would have been bad. Knock all my brushes off. Yeah. Straighten you back up. Get the like an extra camera on a arm, so it's a little bouncy. We got some props and stuff that we did. It's like a little tent. Let's see here. what I do want to do is finish this guy right here. Yeah, make sure to follow, man. You get the notification. I actually, I was streaming video games. I think you popped in when I was playing like Ghost of Tsushima at one point in time. And I think I'm actually just going to move completely towards streaming miniature painting. And that way I can kind of focus on getting better at the miniature paint. And then video game stuff is just, there's so many people that play video games on stream. I think it's a little oversaturated market. And not enough people paint or anything like that. So I think that's just kind of what I'm going to do, is just paint. Plus I like it, so it's relaxing. It's a good way to unwind. It seems like a lot of people like the Monday painting too, which is kind of funny. It's just like a hard Monday, you know, going back after the weekend. It's just like, ugh. And then, yeah, exactly. Got to find an itch. Hard Monday, back to work. And then some relaxing lo-fi and some painting. Works for me anyways. Nice easy brush strokes. Just trying to get rid of that white. How's that look? Yeah. You got my light behind me. It's kind of throwing it off there. Too much saturation in the white. The white balance is off. It seems if I cut that off. There you go. You can see it's more yellow now than white. Can't win with the lighting. We'll have to work on that one. I know I need to get the back of these little pages here white. If I can find the white. Oh, there it is. Way over here where it shouldn't be. Matte white. Gotta get the magnifying glass on this one. We're just getting the bottom here. It's like a piece of paper hanging. And that last saw was jamming. A little too much for painting, if you ask me. This one's not bad. So far. There we go. Just get the whites there. Let it dry before we dab a wash on there. Let's see here. So we got to do the ground. Probably should do another ground, another coat, because you can see the white of the like the primer underneath it. Let's see here. There we go. That white is coming through right there. We don't want that, so let's see here. So we gotta let that dry. And then what color did we use for the dirt. It was like either a fur brown or like a monster brown. See if we can match those keys. That does not look the same. I don't think so. Maybe. That one might be up. It's not leather brown, I don't think. That doesn't seem right. Nope. So do you play like a lot of MMOs or do you play anything else? Like right now I'm running through, as you know, Ghost of Tsushima, and then I purchased Returnal, and for some reason Facebook says I'm playing Returnal, and I like canceled it, said no, but it still populated it for the stream, so whatever. Like in Facebook. That is not the same color, by no means. Doesn't look like it's me. What color was it then? Leather brown. Tanned flesh? No. I don't fucking know what color that is. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm waiting until the full game comes out, and the reason I'm waiting is because they don't have a sorcerer class. That's the only class I want to play. Starting out, anyways. So I will play basically my D&D character when it comes out. Here's my dude right here, actually. So here's the guy I use when I'm playing D&D. This is my guy. So whenever we play in D&D, this is my token, my avatar, as it were. So he is like basically 1-to-1, except maybe the robes. The robes, he doesn't wear robes. So other than that, but facial, dagger, tail, wings, all that's accurate. But yeah, that's my guy, John Smith, Tiefling Sorcerer. I bet you this is the right color. There it is. That's the right color. That was leather brown. Monster brown. I don't know anymore. Leather brown, I think. This is the wrong brush for this. Because you only have Act 1 right now, right? And they only have like a limited amount of classes and subclasses. I heard they re-released Dark Alliance, and then they're gonna have the new Dark Alliance come out with my boy in it. Dritz. Dritz. I went and bought this at GameStop, and the girl had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. It was like, there's like a huge Dritz statue in your case. She was like, oh, I've heard other people like say his name differently. I was like, I think you've been saying the name wrong. I was like, no, that's how you say it. We'll try this brush. So. I was trying to read all of the Dritz novels, like kind of like back to back, and I got about 20 in, and I was like, all right, let me take a break, because it was going to switch main characters. It was going to switch to one of the other characters in the series for like a trilogy, and I was like, let me take a break, let me read a couple other things, maybe some other D&D books, come back to it. It was a fucking mistake. So I read that, right? I take the break, and I read this like murder mystery that takes place in Cormyr. It's like murder in Cormyr. Could not care less about what's going on. My Kindle says I got an hour and a half left in it. Fuck me. Longest hour and a half of my goddamn life. And I'm reading this other book at the same time. So I typically read like I'll do like 2 audiobooks at a time, and then I'll read 2 like physical books at a time, and I usually just kind of bounce between, like I'll read like a chapter of each and I'll go to bed. And they are both fucking terrible. One of them's not even a D&D book. I just saw it at Barnes & Noble on like one of their end caps, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. Books Borders or whatever. I think it's Barnes & Noble. And anyway, so I saw it, and I was like, oh, that one looks cool. Let me try it out. And I think it's because I've been reading R.A. Salvatore for 20 books, and then I switched authors. And I'm like, oh, why do you write it like that? And the way this other author, like, jumps around with characters, like, I like fucking whiplash. Because he doesn't jump around in, like, characters. He jumps around in paragraphs. Hey, man, appreciate you coming back. Hey, thanks for the like. Thanks for stopping in again. And I got like fucking whiplash from the character jumping around. Don't read it. Only Good Indians, skip it. If anybody's like, oh, this is a really good book, they're liars. It's not good. Oop, I need to come back here and touch that up. You see how that's like a different shade right there? Let's see if I can insert focus. Focus, motherfucker. You can kind of tell like how that's got like a gap in the color, so we need to fix that. And I do know what color that is. That's oak brown. So we could fix that, no problem. No problemo. Had the Rona, and I'm still not over it. I got the Rona the same day I got my vaccine. It was awesome. I went this whole time without getting it. Going to get my vaccine that day. I interview a guy for a job. He comes in, brings the Rona with him. That like, it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. I get this guy an interview. And then that day, I go and get my vaccine. Lo and behold, I've already got my own home brew vaccine brewing up. Build my own antibodies. So they hit me with the shot, and I feel like a train hit me that weekend. That was fun. So I'm still not quite recovered from it. Just like nasally. One day at a time. Alright, so this should be nice and easy, because this is just a... Oh, just 2 days? Yeah, I was out for... I had to end up using a week of PTO. But I had the, the full shebang, so... Did I just get it all over me? Yeah, of course I did. So... Well, so today was my first day back at work, and it was interesting. I worked from home for a week after it to to kind of like recoup. But I had to get back in the office. Get my fudging ass back in the office. It was interesting being back. Yeah, it was funny because I thought it was the vaccine just like kicking, just having a reaction to the vaccine. And I was like, oh, I kind of did this vaccine on a Friday so I could suffer for the weekend. And then Monday rolled around and I was still sick. Tuesday rolled around, I was still sick. And this guy, I was like, okay, well, I got to email this guy and let him know to come in sometime this week. So I emailed this guy. And he's like, oh, B2W. I tested positive COVID on Saturday. And I was like, motherfucker. So me being sick 4 days after I got my vaccine, I was like, I don't think this is the vaccine at this point. So I scheduled an appointment and positive. Boy, I was pissed. He still got offered the job, by the way. I didn't hold it against him. I don't think he knew. So if I knew he knew and still came in, that'd be one thing. But I don't think he knew, so I'm not gonna hold it against him. I don't know that he didn't know, but I don't know. I have no reason to suspect that he would have come in with COVID. So he still got the job. I liked him regardless. Regardless if he gave me COVID or not. He doesn't know it yet, actually. So I know he had COVID, but he doesn't know that he gave me COVID. And the whole office knows that this guy gave me COVID. So we haven't decided when we'll tell him yet. But eventually. Did my music stop? What's going on, music? It's like the longest one. Weird. Had like a moment of silence here. So the chair is acting out. I'm gonna cut the light back on and see if that helps the chair. I run a help desk for managed IT and copier support. So we just do troubleshooting over the phone. Like tech support help desk. I'm the supervisor for the help desk. It's pretty good work. Pretty good gig. Could be worse. Could be better. Pretty good. There's a little sign touched up. Looking pretty good. That's it. That's all there is for a sign. I mean, I guess I could like write stuff on the papers, but I can't write that small, so I'll find some stickers to stick on there. All right. Kind of plowing through these little props and stuff tonight. It's like a little shack. We've already started this, so but it definitely needs another coat everywhere, kind of, because you can see the white through it. Yeah, I don't recommend getting COVID. It's pretty terrible. It's pretty awful. I did not have fun. Now I gotta stretch my my vaccine out even further. My second round, anyways. So I think I'm supposed to get it next Friday, and that's not gonna happen, obviously. Because you're supposed to like wait a month since you like last had COVID. And they say that the second one's harder. Like it hits you harder when you've had COVID. So. The worst part about being sick was I had to burn a week of PTO. That was the worst. I like to save my PTO for the end of the year and take it all like around Thanksgiving. That's when I like to take my vacations. Just be home chilling for the holidays. So I typically don't take any time off throughout the year and just cram it all into Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we get all of our PTO front loaded, so it's not accrued. And so most people burn it up by the end of the year. And anybody who would kind of like cover the team for me, you know, obviously they burn up most of their PTO as well. All right, so it looks like that's gonna have to need another section after it dries. Yeah, it seems like it does hit harder than the first, kind of like no matter what. But from what I've heard, everybody who's got the second one and had COVID, it's been tough. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna get it either way, but I just hope for a smooth weekend that weekend. I just got done being sick. I'm not ready to do it again. This is like leaves, so we're gonna have to like dry brush this front side like a whole bunch of other colors. But for right now, we're just trying to get this all to match too. To where we can like dip this one in paint. That's kind of what this one needed. Just a good dip in paint. Junior, if you have Discord, man, there's a link to the Discord in like Facebook and on Twitch. So make sure to jump in there, man. We can team up and play. Actually, you know, Jessica and I work for the same company. I don't know if you knew that or not. So, different departments, but same company. She works for our admin department. Oh yeah. I hadn't really talked to her too much prior to her working there. Not out of like not wanting to or anything like that. It's just, you know, how life is. Yeah, I'm sure your missus wouldn't find it appropriate now, but come back. It's wet. I saw that TJ is married to, or I guess going to be married or with Amanda Skelton. And I've known her since 3rd grade, so that was kind of like when I saw that on Facebook, I was like, oh, really? Okay. Small world. I went to daycare and I think I was in 3rd grade in high school with Amanda. I went to Grayson, so whole other high school district and everything. That bad boy's got to dry. It's soaking wet, so let's push that out of the way for the time being. Hey man, it happens like that. It's just how it goes. It just happens like that. Sometimes for the better. Depends on who they end up becoming. For me, I think it worked out more or less for the best. I think we're gonna lose that. That feels flimsy. Should we just lose it, you think? Yep. There it went. Lost a tongue. What tongue, you say? Okay. So tone. These are supposed to be like a metal. So I guess a metal color. Let's do those first. Like Chris Smith, I haven't talked to in years. He reached out to me about 5 years ago, and I was super busy when he called, and I haven't talked to him since. Kind of like had to let him go kind of thing. And I haven't talked to him since then. I think he's in Colorado or something now. Good thing with these minis is you can just let them dry and keep going, paint something else. This tiefling guy, I do want to finish sometime too. You can see I've started him, and I've got his 3-tone little spell thing here. This little spell that he's casting. That was tough. I had to use 3 different inks to to stain it that color without making it opaque. With paint. So he'll be cool when he's finished. Old tiefling warlock, I think is what it is. D&D sorcerers are like closer to like mutants, like X-Men mutants would be like what they're akin to. Like in like innate power. Oh shit. Get it on the body. It's alright, we'll come back on, outline that. Touch it up. This is not a very like precise brush. You can see it's kinda, can you see? It's kinda like split. So this brush is not the best brush. When you're just trying to get like a surface as wide as the brush, not a big deal. But you go sideways with it. Damn COVID. Doc said I could have the cough for up to 3 months. And my response was, motherfucker. That's the good thing about painting. If you mess up, it's not too bad. You could just paint over it. No harm, no foul. I mean, it's not always fun painting the same thing 3 times when you keep getting paint on it, but it's not like it's ruined. Mostly. Unless you get paint on a clear surface, or a surface that wasn't supposed to have any paint on it, then that sucks. Because like with his little, his spell, that's a clear, you can kind of see through it. You don't want paint on that because it's opaque and it doesn't come off very well. You can't just put paint over it. You have to really get a new mini. So that's the only time you can't. You got to be kind of careful. What's this mimic's name? We gotta name the mimic. We name our minis. You know, I'm not creative enough either, man. I use the. I'm looking at the box here. I got the box in front of me. You see where I'm sitting it down at on the top right camera. I'm just sitting it down in front of me and looking at it. I just try to make it look like the box. I'm coloring the lines in, man. That's all I'm doing. No creativity whatsoever for me. But it's relaxing. At writing, yeah. Writing, man, that's tough though, because people are like really critical of writing. As you see me just cussing out the 2 books that I just was reading. So yeah, but there's only one way to get Carnegie Hall, man. Practice. I think the goal for it, for me, is what makes it fun. Is you don't do it for other people. You do it for you. And if other people like it, awesome. If they don't, fuck them. It's me. And, you know, I do my miniatures for me. And if people like them, cool. If they don't like them, fuck them. They're my miniatures. Try not to create too much extra work for myself. I'm painting outside the lines here. I got a teeny tiny brush to come back and touch some of this stuff up with. Why are you out of focus? There we go. And while the silver doesn't really stand out right now, it will once we, I mean, it kind of does. It's like shiny, but it'll really stand out once everything's finished. Oh yeah. Mimics are one of my favorites monsters in D&D. don't know why. Hey, you know what it is? It's probably I read a series, a literature RPG, revolving around a mimic and his climb up the monster totem pole. So that's probably why. His name was Boxy T. Morningwood. Boxy for short. It's an adult lit RPG, not for children, but still pretty funny. That is not metal that I just painted. That is oh yeah, with the Boxy T morning one. I think that's actually supposed to be wood. It is supposed to be wood. Well, that's awkward. I just looked at the picture. That's wood. This is supposed to be wood. This one right here that I just painted like silver, and this one's supposed to be wood. So that's nice. Well, we'll paint over that in a little bit. Move along. Move along. Move along. But I appreciate the compliment earlier regarding my painting skills. They're definitely a practiced skill. My first minis look like absolute hot garbage. So, watch some techniques and some videos. The hardest part is finding videos that show techniques. And usually the videos are like 9 years long to watch and are like some random ass miniature. And really I just want to like, how do I do this one technique? And then move along. But no, it's a 3-hour video to learn that technique. So that is the only downside to it. There was a little like a short run web series with Will Friedle. I don't know if you ever watched Boy Meets World, but Will Friedle is Eric, and he's also Ron in Kim Possible. And Batman in Batman Begins. No. Not Batman Begins. Yeah, Batman Begins. Right? What's the futuristic Batman? Batman Beyond. I got there. Beyond. You ever listen to the Beyond podcast? Yeah. So, he did the voices for that. So. It was pretty funny. It's on Geek and Sundry. I think I read like something like in 2019. I think I read something around 30 books, 29 books. I read 29 books in 2019, and in 2020 I only read like 15, 16. Really took a plunge on the following year as far as like raw numbers goes. And this year I'm like 10 in, so I'm not trending well this year either. Hopefully I'll finish those 2 books like I mentioned relatively soon. One of them's only got like 30 pages left. The Only Good Indians book, it's got like 30 pages left, so that'll be fucking done. You know, I went on a Stephen King binge. So I'm right there with you on that aspect. I went on a Stephen King binge, and the final straw for me on the Stephen King binge was It. Oh my god. I don't know if you like that book or not, but I fucking hated it. It's just like I get in the pages, it's almost like I'm doing the cocaine with him, and I'm good. Like you can really feel the cocaine in the lines there. Get it? You got it. That's a bad joke. That's a dad joke. God, I'm getting old. I've heard that series is good. Skip it. Did you read it? Oh, I'm not even in the camera. Shit. Okay, I gotta get this front ring too. Okay. Moving along. Yeah, I try to do 2 a month. Obviously, I don't always hit that goal, but I aim for that. 2 books a month. Richard Dawkins just pumped out a new book. I'm gonna be reading that one as soon as I finish the ones I'm reading. It's next on the list. That I'm excited for. It's my excited face. I am looking forward to it. I just don't get excited. Look at all that. Look at that staying in the lines there. Isn't that great? Fun fact, you're not supposed to use your good brushes with metallic paints. And I don't know the exact reason. It's something about the little grit that they use gets up in the brush. It's impossible to get out because they use silica or something like that to give it its shine. So if you want your brushes to last, you don't use the shiny paints. Luckily, the white brushes are my throwaway brushes. So. No harm, no foul. They're like my original set of brushes that I ever bought. Actually, I didn't even buy them. The missus bought them for me as a starter kit. So it's not like she's overly attached to them or anything. You know how they get. I bought those for you. Hey, he's coming along though. Coming along nicely. Mr. He can't be boxy. Not a box. He's a cask. You need a name, sir. And or madam. You need a name. What is your name? I felt something on my foot. It was the cord. Come on, box. What's your name? Yeah, hold liquor. Let's give you a liquor name. What's a name that sounds like Sounds like it could be a person. Oi! Jameson. Ah, there we go. His name's Jameson. Done. Oi, Jameson, you rat bastard. Yep. This is Jameson. Jameson, or Jamie for short. Jamie the Mimic. Done. We did a opening, like a unboxing. Were you here for the unboxing? I don't think so. And we got some pre-painted minis. We got some pre-painted minis and like a surprise box, or I don't know what the fuck they're called. It's a pre-painted mini. They come labeled with what they are. That says the Cold Crone. I know it's kind of blurry, but that's not one of the minis. And this guy right here. Get out of here, Jamie. It's like a wolf thing. Fuck out of the way. It's pretty good. These actually minis, not all the pre-painted ones come out really good. This one came out pretty good. This is a Flind, F-L-I-N-D, Trapper. This one's a Goliath Barbarian. So it's 45 of this, of this set. Of course, they want you to keep buying all the boxes. Here's a little bitty guy that I painted. Teeny tiny. He is a, what is he? Oh, earthquake. He is a Closet. Here's the one that's in the package still. Closet and some imps. So he's the Closet. These are the imps. Teeny tiny. Here's the other one that came in the package. It's a freaking whale. That was pretty good, actually. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this boxing. Stick that whale right there at you. Pretty cool. So, what do you think? Purple? Purple for the tongue? It's purple on the box. That's what we're going to go with. We'll give them a purple tongue. They're dolphins? Did I know that? It sounds familiar. But then I don't know if I'm doing that thing where you play your trick on yourself where you think you knew that but you really didn't. I'm gonna take it as I didn't know it. So why they're such assholes? I've heard this song before. Get that tongue caked on there. I think this is the wrong brush for this. dropping stuff. Straight up, get up in there. It's funny, one of my favorite minis that I painted, it was actually a gift, so I don't have it. But man, he turned out great. It was like one of the best minis I did. And then I painted it for somebody else, which is kind of what I mentioned I wanted to be able to do. But I gave him away in like a little plastic case and everything, like the dice that come, the square case that dice come in. If you're not familiar with like what the case looks like, it's like a Chessex dice come in that case. But I don't have them. I did have to repair him once though. He like knocked the arm off. So he was a dwarf, and I did like red hair, and he was a metal mini. Instead of these are all plastic. He was a metal mini, and he turned out really, really well. Samantha and Deborah turned out really, really well too. We gotta paint the inside of the mouth there. That's gonna be a little difficult. We'll probably just do like black for that. But bro, it is 10 o'clock and it's trash night, so we're going to have to call it a night here. Take the trash out and get ready for bed and do it all again tomorrow. Do the daily grind. But man, I really, really appreciate you hanging out, coming to chat with us. Parasy, thanks for the like. Hey man, if you're not following, man, should you please hit that follow button, man, and come hang out, man. When we stream. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier while you were in here, but we're switching the stream. I think I told you this actually, to only painting. Yeah, find the niche. Yeah, we talked about that. Is there a bug? Pow! It's like a little gnat. I'm in the basement. Happens. Bugs find their way down here much easier than anywhere else in the house. Yeah, man. Please hit the like button, man. Come hang out. You'll get the notification when we go live. Come chat when we do streams, and painting, and make sure to jump on the Discord, man. We can play some games, catch up. If you're not on PC, oh no, you're on PC. You're playing all the, they're playing all those MMOs. You gotta be. Yeah, man. Just hit me up with the Discord, and for everybody else tuning in or watching the VOD, please follow us on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Murphy's Play, Discord links in Facebook and YouTube, and on Twitch. And until then, we'll see you Friday, 8 o'clock, for some more painting. Take care, Junior. Thanks for watching, man.